Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 3rd. We're just going to jump right in here, Pisces, and see what is going on for you in your past position here. You have this card that says, don't lose yourself trying to hold on to someone. And you also have this card that says, you have so much to offer the world. Don't ever doubt your contribution. So I feel like you're working towards something, obviously, which I feel like, every single reading that I've been doing for you has been all about kind of starting something new here, working towards a goal, wish, or dream, right, Pisces? And look at this. You have this card that says set sail, this pirate ship. It says set sail and explore beyond the horizon. So, you also always, something I've noticed about you is that you always get these cards that kind of would represent moving past comfort zones or, and here you go. There's the biggest one of all right there, the Three of Wands. It's like, what are you waiting for? But he needs to leave a comfort zone. We'll talk about that for sure when we get there. But, it's almost like I kind of feel like this reading is confirmation, and there you go, right there. You have the message in a bottle card. That message in a bottle card can represent like confirmation for your path. It can say that you are going in the right direction. It's like kind of like you have such great potential, star right there, and that, and towards something that you want to achieve. I feel like this is saying don't stop. I also am getting something here for some reason on the Fool. It's basically saying to me, like, don't doubt your value or your information. I think Pisces is bad at this. And I know, because I'm a Pisces. But, it's like, again, I think that certain things to you might be obvious. Certain things to you might seem very, very basic, right? But I don't think you understand how valuable, certain information you have is. Pisces is considered to be otherworldly, basically, and your information comes from another world. It's like, I think you don't understand that no one else has this information, and it's popping into my head as information, but it could be anything. It could be you inspiring people, again, which is definitely one of the most spiritual things you could do, Pisces, over the next 20 years with the Star card. You always get it as well. This could be through sharing information, through, doing YouTube videos or writing a book or starting a business, just by being inspirational, overcoming challenges and things like that. All of that is going to be, very, very important for you. I do feel like some of you are moving off to new love, but I think you need to open up to it, Pisces, because Lovers, Knight of Cups, Four of Cups, it's like there could be a knight in shining armor, a dream come true coming in for you, but this here says don't lose yourself holding on to someone. And the Four of Cups would really tell me, and same with the Nine of Swords, would kind of tell me that you don't want to repeat a cycle. We do have a Mercury retrograde this month, so it wouldn't surprise me if someone was trying to come back from the past. But really, I feel like what this Nine of Swords is saying is that this is a new person, and you're fearing, like, I feel like there's too much fear inside of you. I feel like you could be fearing repeating a mistake. So I'm wondering if, like, a past person did a number on you here, Pisces, or, if they, did something like put you in a third party, which, Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands right there. We'll find out in a minute, but, whatever it was, I feel like you need to, again, for those of you that want love, I would just open up here. Four of Pentacles, holding on too tightly to the past, and the Four of Cups. Again, I feel like you need to stop blaming yourself for this as well. I feel like some of you were maybe just with like a really super sneaky person is kind of what I'm getting here. I feel like you need more of this energy with the King of Wands. King of Wands is bold, assertive. He really goes for what he wants. The one thing I would be careful of is the Three of Pentacles. I don't think this is a bad thing, Pisces, but I would just don't let this hold you back. And what this is feedback from other people. Sometimes I think us Pisces, we start working towards a goal, we start writing a book, and we start worrying too much about what other people will think. And so we constantly are looking for feedback. Like if you're writing a book or starting a YouTube channel, you might be looking for people to tell you, yes, you're going in the right direction. I kind of get the feeling here, going straight across, that the only person that can tell you that you're going in the right direction is you. You're the only person that can do that. The other thing is that, as I said to you like a couple of readings ago, and I've been saying to you for like a couple years now, I think you need to understand that people are not going to understand you like until something is complete. And that's a good thing. People are not going to understand you. So if you're writing a book, if you're, starting a YouTube channel, starting a business, chances are people are not going to have any clue what you're doing. They might even, give bad advice. So I think it would be better for you just to kind of like see something through to the end and then present it. With the Fool, definitely new love. I do feel like there's a new person, like kind of in your energy field here, Pisces. You can feel this as well as what I'm getting. I think there are those bounce back moments where it's like you think, okay, it would be fun to work with a person, we're talking about in a relationship here, and then Four of Pentacles, you're like, no, I'm going to hold on to my safety or my security, or I'm going to hold on to protecting my heart, right? And so for some of you, it's like I think that bounce back energy, I don't know, that's how it's popping into my head. It's like you get really far into like starting to open up and then you bounce back, right? I don't know, I hope that makes sense. But I feel like you need to open up here. With the King of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords. I would be careful of a past person returning again, especially if they were sneaky with this Knight of Swords. I'm pretty sure I've been saying to you for a while, I keep getting the same message that someone could be coming in like with the truth, but I feel like you really went through it with this person. I feel like you already know the truth as well. So it's like you don't really, just intuitively, you're a Pisces, you're probably pretty intuitive, and I really feel like you know the truth. I don't think this person knows that you know the truth, but I feel like you know the truth and you just don't want to hear it again. So, I would be super careful if you are dealing with that situation. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles. You have everything you need to get started. Nine of Swords is like a never-ending nightmare. It's like going to bed, having a nightmare, waking up, being stuck in a nightmare. This is coming up in your past position, but I kind of feel that you have been dealing with this like nightmare energy. And the Queen of Pentacles really kind of is encouraging you here to tap into your resources. One resource could be other people with the Three of Pentacles. Another resource that I'm getting with that Three of Pentacles is that she has this plan in her hand. And, I feel like you kind of at least have a plan. It's like if you're, whatever it is that you're thinking about doing with your life, you could be thinking about moving here as well or whatever. It's like maybe you feel like you don't have everything you need, like financially or whatever, to get started. But it's like you're coming up with a plan. And I do think that's a good idea. Like come up with a plan if you don't have one. Next, in your present position, you have this pirate ship. It says set sail on a new adventure, explore beyond the horizon. Right here, he needs to go out with those ships. But I feel for a lot of you, this is saying that you're not going to discover what you want doing the same things you've been doing. Again, Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords always reminds me of one of my favorite people of all time, John Taffer, says, if you're doing the same thing today that you did yesterday, you're stuck. So if you're not doing something new every single day, then I feel like you're crazy. Especially right now with Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto and Aquarius rewards innovation, but most importantly, it rewards like experimentation. And, I think people always say like trying one new thing a day sounds crazy. I'm like, yeah, but it could be something so simple. It's like maybe you walk one way down the street and then tomorrow you walk down a different way down the street. Maybe you always watch the same TV shows. Maybe you try something new. Maybe you always go shopping at the same store every single day. Maybe you try something new. So, this energy that I'm getting here is that I think it would be better for you to just start trying new things. And again, I think people don't understand the spillover effect, which is like when you do something like that, start mixing things up, then you become more adventurous by default. And then because of that, you start experiencing new things, and it kind of creates this like spillover. And I'm definitely getting that here. You have the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Definitely communication coming in for you. Could be from a distance. Definitely a new person with the Page of Pentacles. Wouldn't surprise me if it was an earth sign or a fire sign. You have both showing up here. Really could be. You have like every single sign here, so could be anything. But I feel like this person really wants to work on a team with the Three of Pentacles. I really do. I kind of get a weird energy here. I'm not gonna like make something up here, Pisces, but and say that I don't get a weird energy, because I do. I kind of get the energy that this person, it's almost like I have the word prove it popping into my head, but like I feel like they want to prove to you that they're a good person to date. I don't think, it's like sometimes I don't know how to say what I want to say in the right way, so get over it. People always are like, you're not politically correct. Damn straight, I am not. And what I would say here is this is not going to sound politically correct maybe, but get over it, number one. Number two, what I would say is that I feel like this person, maybe they do things to try to like get your approval, or it's like they do things to kind of show that they really put in the work. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, Pisces, but it's like I feel like they do that, and I think normally maybe that turns us off. You know what I mean? It's like if someone's like if we feel like they're trying too hard, we're like, this is weird. But again, I feel like this person, it's like they have results. The Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work, and this person wants to put in the work. So I do feel it would be worth at least giving a new person a chance here. You have the Lovers, true love. I also feel like you could be feeling off about this person because they're completely different. The Two of Cups, is a card of someone who is completely different than what you would normally go for. They're meant to look different on the Two of Cups for a reason. And so, I feel like you could be attracting someone who's much different than your usual type. You could even be attracting a person who's maybe on a different path in life, or it's not like a different path, but they just maybe do things differently. And again, I feel like this should be a clue, not a turnoff. So, definitely something to think about. You have the Ace of Swords, which is a victory. Definitely could be communication. Again, what I wanted to do was go like this. You have the Knight of Cups, which is a knight in shining armor. You have the Page of Pentacles. I feel like this is you. I kind of feel like you're the star right now. I feel like there are a lot of eyes on you, or there will be soon, and some of you probably don't even realize it, that a lot of people are paying attention to you. I feel like you're kind of healing. The Star card is a card of healing, getting into healing mode, resting, relaxing, recovering, nurturing yourself. I also think you're in this position of seeing the big picture. There's a bird in the back here, and the bird on the Star card kind of represents seeing the big picture, being able to see everything that is going on in life. And I feel that for you. I feel that you are in this position where it's like you have a new understanding on like many, many things in love. Maybe you've learned a lot of lessons over the past few years, or, you've had a lot of experiences. And so that is like the place you are coming from. With the Lovers, you have the Ten of Swords. Definitely a difficult ending. I feel like some of you had a situation where someone stabbed you in the back, or was just a complete liar. So that's been coming up for you for the past few weeks, and it wouldn't really just surprise me. We had Mars and Gemini. That's an interesting, and it went retrograde as well, Pisces. So that's like an interesting spot. I wouldn't say it's good or bad. I just think it's interesting, and it wouldn't really surprise me based off of that if you had like a sneaky energy here. I feel like this person thinks they're sneaky, but they're not, and I feel like you've learned about the lies. I mean, Ace of Swords is the truth here, and so I would just be careful of that. But again, this person could have been, could have done a number on you. You could still be feeling it even if it was like a year ago, with that Ten of Swords. And it could have you a little bit nervous about letting new love. But again, I always say in these situations, like, you need to realize that this was like an anomaly. This doesn't always happen, and you've learned what to look out for now. So again, just look out for those things and you'll be fine. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Cups again. There's clearly true love coming in for you. And again, for those of you that don't want love, the Knight of Cups is a dream. He's normally looking into that cup, dreaming of doing something. The whole reading screams resources. I'm going to show you on this one because it's just easier to see, but he has the water flowing in front of him in the desert. And it kind of represents the fact that he wants to plant some seeds in the desert where nothing grows, but there's water right there. So he could easily start planting seeds, even if he thinks that he's in the desert, which he is. The desert represents something where there is nothing. There's no resource, but there is a resource, actually, if he looks closer, if he just gets to work. So, I feel like the Knight of Cups is saying, for all of you, even if you do want love, I would get working towards something here. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, very independent energy. I feel like you've learned not to overgive in situations as well. Maybe you were an overgiver. I kind of get the feeling that this person's mad at you, even though maybe they did you dirty as well, Pisces. Probably because you've just withdrawn your energy. So if you've withdrawn your energy from a person, you feel like they're angry at you or whatever, I would say probably, but also too bad, so sad, right? I feel like they did this to themselves. Ten of Swords, Page of Swords, Nine of Swords, super sneaky, closed off energy. And, I feel like for a lot of you, you're just pouring into yourself. So it's, I get this, that to me is very toxic. Someone who is mad at you for something that they basically did. So I would be careful of this past person. Again, Mercury retrograde coming up, definitely. Next, in your future position, you have this card that says a personal issue reaches resolution. I feel like this is more you kind of going through a healing. Let's see what the next card is as well. You have this card that says adjustments are required. I get some sort of like adjustment needs to be required here, especially if you're trying to achieve something. You have the Three of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the the Four of Pentacles. What I was going to say is Four of Pentacles to the Star like this. Four of Pentacles can be kind of being too attached to something, or, kind of focusing only on one way of doing things. He's holding on very tightly to what he has, but because he's holding on so tightly to something, he's not able to attract anything new into his life. Intuitively, what I'm getting here is like, I feel like you have the structure correct. Is Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. So let's say you are wanting to start a business or a career. It's like the idea, the structure of the idea is correct. I feel like you just need to be flexible in how you achieve it. And I also think you need to realize that sometimes our ideas change. Like we come up with an idea to do something, but maybe there's a better way to do things, or maybe it kind of just leads in another direction. But I think sometimes we think, no, I have to only accomplish what I set out to accomplish, instead of kind of more following our inspirations with the stars. So I would follow your inspiration here. You have the Knight of Cups, and again, Knight of Cups could be a knight in shining armor. I do feel like there is a person coming in for you here. It's definitely, I mean, again, no matter what, it's like a new person, and you're maybe a little bit closed off. I feel like this last row is your outcome, and I do feel like you will open up to this person. It could be like a repeat, you know, there's something similar here, maybe to a past person. But, you know, I don't think it's exactly the same, you know? So I would open up to this. I think it looks good, so I think it's worth the risk. Three of Wands, like, what are you waiting for as well? Three of Wands, he needs to get out on those ships. I do feel like some of you have that, I almost get that, like, anticipation anxiety. Like, I'm anticipating something, I'm anticipating doing something, but because I'm anticipating it and have anxiety, I'm not doing it. Like, and I feel like this is saying it's kind of time to take the leap, you know? And you start with the Fool, which is a new beginning. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like there's something great that you could be accomplishing, and even that message in a bottle card really kind of says that you are about to accomplish something great. And I feel like you have everything you need, like all the instructions. Maybe these instructions are in your head. I also feel that you could be, I feel like you could be overcomplicating something in the sense that you are making things too complicated. Like I said, maybe you have some information that you want to share, but you think that it's too simple, but I don't think it is. And with the Three of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups. Yep. Could be love from a distance as well. So this person could be communicating from a distance, but Ace of Cups, true love. This whole reading is kind of about love, right? And attracting love into your life. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, just repeating itself at this point. So definitely a new person coming in for you. Could be someone who's younger than you is what I'm getting. With the Four, and that might be the hesitation, right? That might be why you are hesitating here. But we'll see in the last row, but I kind of feel like this person's very serious. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles. You know that something needs to change. Like, you know that you can't keep doing, like, your story has to change. You can't keep doing the same things over and over and over again, which we get with the Nine of Swords. With the Ace of Swords, I feel like you know that you have to make some sacrifices. You have to do some things, to change your life, basically. So, and I really feel this is a kind of, even though there's a lot of love here, I really feel the whole entire reading as a whole is more talking about your life change that you've been like putting off for a long time, or something that you want to do. And it's almost like, maybe you have to start waking up early, for example. It's like maybe you're like, I really want to sleep. And I feel like some of you, that Seven of Pentacles is kind of like saying, yeah, but where do you get the most benefit? And I can't answer that question for you. You have to look at your life. The Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is what you are doing worth it? Or have you been banging your head against the wall in work, in business, in all areas of your life? That's what I'd be looking at here. Next, you have this message in a bottle card. I feel like you have the instructions. I feel like Spirit is guiding you with this card. It's almost like you are receiving messages. It could be like signs, symbols, repeating numbers, all those things, Pisces, I feel could be coming in for you, and they're guiding you towards something that you've never done before with the Page of Pentacles and the Star and the Four of Cups. I really see that here, Pisces. Like, outside of love, again, I feel like some of you are doing something you've never done before in life. And if you are thinking about that, by the way, it is going to be very successful for you, whatever it is. You could be, again, writing a book, starting a YouTube channel. It could be something small, like you could be changing your health as well. Again, I always tell people, it's like, there is no shame here. I totally support anyone who wants to do anything big or small. I think doing anything is what matters, right? And again, it doesn't matter how big or small the accomplishments you have are. Most people accomplish negative, right? So by you, even if it's like a 1% improvement, as I always say, that is a big deal. And these 1% improvements should be celebrated. Look at my channel. I grew it. I was stuck for years at like 34,000 subscribers, stuck, not growing. Nothing I did would work. Then I started making 1% improvements. I started blowing up. So, again, I am a big fan of just having those small wins day in, day out. And, I feel like this, but again, I feel like some of you, it's like you're doing something pretty big here, Pisces. I can't quite put my finger on it. I'm wondering if you're like, working on a big project, or, like I said, moving. Some of you, this has to do with a move. So the move itself could be due to like a job change or a big job change or something. But it feels like pretty substantial to me is what I'm trying to say here. There's a lot of meat on these bones, right? In this row. This is your outcome if I didn't say that, by the way. And you have the star, which is amazing. I feel like healing, happiness. I feel like you see the big picture as well. There's a significant change here I'm noticing, Pisces, like in you. I feel like this to me is like a quantum leap, and it's one of those things. I don't think we usually accomplish quantum leaps in life. And I know that's not a popular thing to say, but again, I think for the most part, people who accomplish a lot, they just have a bunch of little things stacked on top of each other. But this kind of feels like a quantum leap to me. What I would say is I think you went through a lot of little things that got to this point, but it feels, like you're having a major kind of realization here with the star. I feel like this could be why you're attracting love as well. It's like, when you have these quantum leaps, you're raising your vibration. You could be attracting someone at that level as well. I do think you need to open up to it with the 4 cups. I also think you need to start mixing things together here, Pisces. 4 cups, I always say it's like he's trying to manifest a cake, but he just is manifesting the flour, the sugar, the eggs in front of him. And that's why he's like disappointed. And what he needs to realize is he has everything he needs. He just needs to mix it together and throw it in an oven, right? And I feel like that's like the stage that you are at right now. You could be a little disappointed by the results that you've achieved so far. But I feel like what you don't realize is like everything's adding up. Everything is kind of, starting to build up steam. It reminds me of a book, Good to Great. In the book, Good to Great, the author talks about the concept of a flywheel, which is like a big wheel that, builds momentum basically over time. And it's like at first, he says that imagine you're pushing a gigantic wheel. At first, it only moves a little bit, but as you push it more and more and more, it builds up more and more speed. That's like the best way I could describe the energy. That's what I feel like is happening in your life. It's like it might, for up until this point, it might seem like you haven't been making much progress, but actually I feel like that wheel is starting to spin. Again, eventually that wheel will be spinning so fast, you don't have to do anything, right? With the Page of Pentacles, you have the 4 of Pentacles. Again, you have to leave comfort zones. Again, I feel like there are things you're not doing. If you want love, I feel like, like putting yourself out there, going on dates in the first place, talking to people, all those things need to be done for you to attract love, obviously. With the star, you have the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, work hard, play hard. I feel like you're in a resting phase, kind of, this week. That doesn't mean you're not going to do anything this week, but what it does mean is, I think that taking breaks, healing, resting, relaxing, recovering, all those things would be a good idea for you this week with the 2 of Pentacles and just everything else that's kind of here. With the 4 cups, you have the moon. Again, there are things you can't see. I feel like you can't see the progress, and I feel like you feel like you're not making progress, but you actually are. Like I said, you are building momentum here, Pisces, and I feel like this is saying like don't stop building the momentum. We're gonna pull 5 main themes now. You have this love card. Are you kidding? Yes, clearly there's love coming in for you here if you want it. You have this dark man card. I always clarify these people cards. It says dealings with relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. You also have this wind chime. It says peace and harmony. Yes, this could be a person who brings peace into your life, who brings harmony into your life. And it doesn't matter what gender, whatever gender you're attracted to. It could feel, and this could be why it feels a little bit strange. Again, sometimes I think some of us get so used to toxic relationships and the chaos that's what we become addicted to. So we just attract more toxic relationships. And then when something is normal or more peaceful, we're like, what's wrong with this person? But really, there's nothing wrong with this person. I feel like they're just a peaceful person that doesn't want drama. You have this crib card. It says birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. There's been a lot of birth energy recently, like the past month or so. So if you're not trying to get pregnant, obviously I would be careful. If you are, go for it. But, the whole entire reading here is talking about the birth of something. But again, when you think about it, something that's being born, like a baby, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a little bit of time. So, I feel like you've been kind of, gestating over the past, since the beginning of the year. You've been kind of like planning things, working on things, and now I feel like it's more like, I feel like this is, I know nothing about babies, but it's more like, I feel like you're halfway through, maybe, right? It's like, but there's much more momentum at this point. It's like, maybe the baby is developed, but it just needs a couple more weeks inside you. I don't know. Does that make sense? Probably not, but there you go. You have this lion. It says time to act. Yes, your ideas are golden is what I'm hearing here, Pisces. So I feel like you have some sort of like golden idea, but you keep doubting it. So again, if you're wondering what idea is it, because if you're a Pisces, you probably have a bunch of ideas. I feel like it's an idea that you keep thinking about, but you keep doubting the idea. Whatever, could be in any area of your life. You also have this purse card that says pay attention to your finances. I feel like finances are actually going to be fine, but what I would say is, as I said have been saying to everyone, like I wouldn't be spending like crazy. I just think there's a need to keep an eye on it. And, that's it. I think if you do that, you'll be perfectly fine. But interesting reading here, Pisces. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.